Hello retro movie fans, today I have a review of Nightfall by Chery Adair. It's a paranormal romance suspense book. It takes place in a place called Bella, Africa. It's a fictional part of Africa, and what's happening is that there's a plague going on, and it's an election year, and there's this woman called Kess Goodall, and she's a publicist, and she's helping the president of Bella, Africa, named Abby, to publicize how well he's handling the plague as president. And in the meantime, she asked Abby if she can go to the place where the plague is taking place, but initially Abby says, no, you cannot go, it's too dangerous, until he gets the idea of sending his college friend Simon Blackthorn, who is an operative for some sort of agency to help prevent paranormal terrorism, something like that. So he said Abby's initial idea is to send Kess and Simon together to protect Kess from whatever is going on at the border, so that she doesn't get hurt or captured or killed. But in the next section of this video, I will be telling you all about Simon and Kess's relationship. So I'll see you on the other side of that clip. Simon and Kess's relationship is initially like, Simon is told by Abby that it's a vacation, come down and have a good time, but then he's roped into watching or babysitting Kess, which is unusual because normally he's just like whatever, and his powers are on the fritz. Did I mention he's a wizard, or did I leave that part out? I left that part out, my bad. But he's a wizard with his powers on the fritz at this particular time, and he initially agrees, but Kess escapes and ditches him. So when they have reluctantly on Kess's part reunited, they got into a car and they're driving along when a family of rhinos comes along, and they're watching the rhinos pass over the road because you don't want to hit them or cause any major damage. So they're waiting, and Kess and Simon start to talk about things, and she's eating and drinking things as they're going along, and he's noticing she's extremely attractive, very, very female, and in this particular time, Kess hasn't really had anyone in her life. So initially when she meets Simon, it's like she wants to jump into his arms and talk about, take me, and all kinds of weird things. But he has this ideal woman that he wants. She's raven haired. She's coming out of something like not necessarily out of the 50s, which is how he puts it, but it's just the ideal woman. He has this house in Montana that he's built, and he wants him and this idealized woman to live in this house, which is a ridiculous idea. But over time, they become entwined with each other. They have to protect each other. They try to make sure that no harm comes to one another, and they've just really attached and connected, and it's just really something that overwhelms. Despite their knucklehead attempts to avoid any sort of physical contact, they just can't. They just have to, because like I said in a previous video, these people in the books that I read are initially like whatever, hey, I'm just gonna do my job. But eventually they become attached to each other because it's a dangerous situation. For example, with this book, they run into an all-powerful, deadly wizard, and Simon has to protect Kess, and Kess has to protect Simon, and they run all over themselves to avoid physical contact at all costs. But you know what, in the end, when you come to trust somebody and you're really attracted to them and you can't imagine your life without them, that's what happens. And different things happen to Simon and Kess along the way, which I will not be revealing in this video. But if you really want to read the rest of the story, you're going to have to get your hands on Nightfall by Chery Adair. And I think that's the end of this video because I've already gone over my favorite scene when I talked about the rhinos and the conversation that they had. So that is basically it for this video. And before I leave you, in the next clip, I will be telling you what my next read is, which is the sort of kind of, but really not, sequel to Nightfall. And when I come back, I'll be telling you all about that. The next book in Chery Adair's Night series is Night Secrets. It has to do with a person called Sydney, and let me find the name. Let's see. And a guy, again, they work for this organization, and he is also a wizard, and it takes place in a different part of, I think this takes place in the United States, not really sure. But when she meets this wizard, she's been sitting around in this bungalow. She's got really itchy feet. She can't stay in one place for too long, but by the time this person comes along, she's more than ready to go. She's a journalist. I think she has to go to some place in Rio where they perform plastic surgery and some sort of deadly explosives or something. And by the way, his powers are on the fritz too. And I don't know too much about this book because I just started reading it because I didn't want to, you know, cloud what I was reading when I was reading Nightfall. I didn't want to cloud what I was reading with, I didn't want to cloud Nightfall with Night Secrets and get extremely confused. So Night Secrets is my next review, and I'll have it up for you soon. And I want to thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to give it a like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my very next video. Bye.